Dolan tonight. The Big Opinion monologue, the take at 10, the panel, the papers, and so much more. And the papers, by the way, at 10:20, 10 minutes earlier than everyone else. But let's get to our final story in the People's Hour. Monday is an unwelcome red letter day in the calendar. It's Divorce Day, in which the greatest number of couples decide to go their separate ways. But with divorce rates growing exponentially, with the resultant impact on the individuals involved and, of course, in particular their children, should we look again at the law around this to preserve family values and to give relationships a chance of succeeding? Should it be more difficult to get divorced? Let's speak to Francis in Salisbury. I ought to point out that Francis is married to his dog, Chaos. Hi, Francis.
Hi, Mark. Very happy New Year to you and to Mike Porky Parry, because we've been on with him as well as you, so in last year. But Chaos has had a good Christmas and a good New Year, and we're certainly not getting divorced.
Well, I'm pleased to hear it.
But,
what do you think?
But more seriously, at this time of the year, the solicitors are out touting for business, as they always do. Of course, the Christmas period does bring stresses and strains, but my advocacy is that although there's the new no-blame legislation, which I think is helpful in that it allows for less contentious divorces, maybe cheaper divorces, that's not really a recipe for taking life forward for family units. My concern is that not enough attention is actually being paid to reconciliation and to trying to look after family units, because the costs, not only to families, but also to the state in terms of the numbers of one-parent families that then result, and the children, are immense, and we really can't overlook that. So my feeling is that we've really got to work harder at reconciliation, whether that's through church, whether that's through other organisations, and just not see marriage as a sort of, well, we'll get in and have a bit of fun, and then we'll get out again and there'll be no consequences to anybody. I just don't understand that. Now, I'm a hypocrite because I'm 6 years separated from, sadly, a very damaged lady as to mental and physical health. But I've not sought to divorce her. Why? Because I could do a quickie. That would not be a problem. But because I'm worried about the impact on, admittedly now an adult son, but it would be an impact on him. And I'm also worried about the impact on her, because I don't want her making her illness worse through naked hatred of me. Fine. She might have naked hatred, but I can put up with it. I don't talk to her any day, like since 2016. So let's crack on. Let's be positive. I think lots of people, these news stories are all framed in the negative. The solicitors are out touting for business. Let's not let them off, because they're out touting for business, because it's a year's business that they'll get out of this. So I'm all for, not slowing down divorce, because, the worst thing is to have two irreconcilable sides in a family.
Well, I think it's very, very creditable that you've considered your ex-partner and you're not pushing for divorce, and it says a lot about you, I've got to say, Francis. Let's speak to Michaela in Elgin in Scotland. We had trouble connecting with Michaela.